Manchester United v Young Boys, last group game for Manchester United in the Champions League, already qualified as first place winners. So this gives Manchester United the good opportunity to rest and rotate, and for Ralf Rangnick to get to know what fringe players he wants to keep at Manchester United, maybe beyond January, and which players that he feels that he can rely on going into the winter period, the Christmas period, when games are going to come thick and fast. And it's going to give him a good idea, because you can see players on the training ground. Some players look amazing on the training ground, others look shit on the training ground, and on match days it can be completely different. So we've heard that Elanga's been pulling up trees in training, and that was rewarded with a place on the substitutes bench and a cameo appearance against Crystal Palace. So it does show that if you perform well in training, then Ralf Rangnick's willing to give you the opportunity to play some football, because we hadn't seen Elanga play any football since the League Cup game against West Ham. So it's been a long time since he's played, which was a surprise that he's been given the opportunity. We do have some injury concerns though going into this game, but this is a very important game for them fringe players, because some of them, their Manchester United careers are on a knife edge, and a poor performance in this game could really see the end for a number of these players at Manchester United, because we've seen what a poor performance we put in against West Ham in that League Cup game, losing 1-0 at home, and that really did put the thought in my mind that some of them players are on the verge of leaving Manchester United, because that was a bit of a fringe, or maybe a backup kind of 11, which I would expect it to be a similar sort of lineup in this game, where it's not really a complete squad. I mean, not really. It's not going to be a U team or anything like that. There may be the odd one, Elanga being that, but there's not going to be a lot of the players that are going to play are going to be the likes of Matic, players that are just not getting as much football. Probably Mata will play, players like that are not playing week in, week out, Eric Bay. So it's just going to be some more fringe players that are going to get given the opportunity. It is a shame that we probably won't see many younger players, but there isn't really too many young players that are knocking on the door for Manchester United to make the first team at this moment in time, as there has been maybe in recent years. It's looked more likely that more players are going to be knocking on the door. Obviously it depends what they do on the pitch to whether they actually gain anything out of it and go on to be first team players for Manchester United, like Greenwood has done and Rashford. But that I don't really see many standout players at this moment in time in the under-23s that are going to come in at this moment in time into this particular game. But there will be changes, as we said. Now he's already made some comments in his press conference that certain players are going to start. Dean Henderson starting in goal. The back four is going to be interesting, because we've seen that Luke Shaw is now back in training, so I'd expect he will come back in. Probably Wan-Bissaka will come back in at right back. Them two haven't played Luke Shaw hasn't played for weeks. Wan-Bissaka hasn't played the last couple of games. Now the centre back position is going to be Eric Bay, but I'm not sure who the other centre back is going to be. It's probably going to be Lindelof, because there's no Phil Jones. He said that Harry Maguire is going to get the night off. Varane still out injured, so I'd expect it's going to be Lindelof alongside Eric Bailly there. I can't see him playing Tene Mengi, to be honest. I reckon he'll probably play in the under-19s UEFA Youth League. That is my thought anyway. He wasn't seen in the footage that I saw in training today. That doesn't mean to say he wasn't training with the first team, but I didn't see him in the training footage. So that would hint to me that he's probably not in the reckoning for the first team. Then moving further ahead, what's he going to go with a 2-2-2 maybe? I'm not too sure if he's going to do that. It will probably then, it's difficult to know what he's actually going to go for. Anyone that predicts this fucking starting lineup, Jesus, is a genius, to be honest, because we don't have a Scooby what he's going to do. He said that Matic and Van der Beek will play, so I presume there'd be two. Then Lingard and Mata will probably be another two, and then I think it will be Elanga and Greenwood as the front two, something like that. I mean, it could be different. Cristiano Ronaldo could start, but I don't. Although Cristiano Ronaldo would love to start because of his Champions League record, the amount of goals he's got, and there is the opportunity against Young Boys at Old Trafford, where we're probably going to have a lion's share of the possession. This should be a better game for Manchester United than it was away at Young Boys. Going away to these sort of sides in Switzerland can always be a hostile atmosphere, can be a tricky time, banana skin, and with 10 men it was difficult, but At home, you would expect the lion's share of possession, the majority of the chances. Cristiano Ronaldo would be thinking he could fill his boots and get 1 or 2 goals in this game. So he's not going to want to be on the substitutes bench for this one, but I've got a feeling he should really be on the bench, because the game against Norwich is more important than this one. Because if we fuck up against Norwich at the weekend, then we are in the mud in the Premier League, because we've got to get back up into that top 4 as quick as possible. And this game, I would rest a number of players. I wouldn't even have the likes of Harry Maguire on the bench, in my opinion. But you know, you've got to have some players on the bench, because if we get any injuries in this fucking game, someone's got to play. And I don't think he could, in theory, put a lot of younger players on the bench. I would expect Ahmad will probably be on the substitutes bench. He hasn't featured this season, and that is a bit of a concern for me, that he isn't getting even very often getting on the substitutes bench. Should he go out on loan in January? Maybe he should, because he cost over 20 million quid, and we're not seeing anything of him. We saw a couple of cameos last season and he didn't look too bad. So I would be happy if he could get some game time in this game from the bench. I think you can make 5 substitutions in this. So if Manchester United are winning this game 50-60 minutes in, it wouldn't be bad to give someone like that a run out. Another player I would like to see on the substitutes bench would be Shola Shoretiri. Come back into the fold for the under-23s at the weekend in the 4-0 win. Got a goal and an assist for the under-23s, but the problem is he's been injured for the last few weeks, and that's his first game back. I'm not sure. He wasn't seen in training from the footage I saw, so I would be a bit surprised if he is along the substitutes. I would expect he's probably going to feature for the under-19s in that UEFA Youth League, along with some of the other players like Satene Menge, so I wouldn't expect him. There's not many other players that he could bring into the fold. Alvaro Fernandez is one that some people might be looking at, that he could bring in from the under-23, somewhere like that, but I wouldn't expect anyone else. Hannibal's been away on his international duty, so he can't feature. So there isn't too many options for him, but I would have liked to have seen the likes of Harry Maguire completely given the night off, not even on the substitutes bench, so not even needing to warm up in this game. I would have liked to have seen them, even the likes of Ronaldo, players like that, Rashford, just given the fucking night off. Sancho completely given the night off, but some of them will have to be on the substitutes bench. You can have up to 12 on the bench. Whether he has enough for 12 on the bench will remain to be seen, but if he is to bring some youngsters into the bench, I don't want to see them coming on for 1-2 minutes at the end. That is completely pointless. If you're going to put them on the substitutes bench, you need to be giving them at least 20 to 25 minutes in that second half. Otherwise it's pretty much pointless. They could have stayed with the under-19s. But I think this game for Manchester United, we should be looking to take it to young boys and attack them from the off, because there is no pressure on Manchester United to go out there and even get victory in this game. We're through, which is great, so we can just go out there and express ourselves. And I think that a big European night at Old Trafford under the floodlights, Manchester United, I think, are going to go into this game and win this comfortably, to be honest. We've struggled so much in this Champions League this season. Even the home games, we've let so many goals in this. The only one we didn't was the Villarreal one away, and even then we struggled to beat them in the end, only getting two fairly late-ish goals from Ronaldo and Sancho. So I'm hoping Manchester United, if Manchester United could get an early goal or two, I would expect this to be a comfortable evening for Manchester United. And often these games at home aren't too difficult to win against the likes of young boys. No disrespect to them, but it's the away games, and that was what happened for when Manchester United played them away. The quality Manchester United got, we should be going to young boys and beating them anyway, but usually going away from home can be tricky. But at home for Manchester United, this should be a comfortable evening for Manchester United. I'm going for Manchester United winning this game 3-0. I think there's going to be goals in this game. I really do. I think Manchester United have a lot of energy in this game. They're going to press very well, keep a lot more possession, because we did see Manchester United get about 60% at least possession against Crystal Palace, and I would expect it to be at least 60-65% in this game. Really get that possession, keep hold of the ball, hurt this team. I think Manchester United really can. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How important do you think this game is? Because I think it is vital for some of these fringe players to get some minutes and to prove that they should be in Ralf Rangnick's squad and on the substitutes bench for future games. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.